Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Know New. In this video, we're gonna discuss about conditional statements in C language. Conditional statements. Let me give you a real world example. How do you select a dress for a party? You select it based on its color, the theme you are gonna have in that party and all, right? These are conditions, and when a dress satisfies these conditions, you select it. In the same way, we have conditional statements in C language to make our works or to execute a block of statements in more easier way. Let me define it. These statements are used to select a particular statement from the given options. We can use statements like selection statements, decisional statements as substitute names for conditional statements. Decision-making statements can be classified into three types. Firstly, one-way selection, the second one is two-way selection, and the third one is multi-way selection. In one-way selection, we have simple if statements. In two-way selection, we have if-else statements. And in multi-way selection, we have else if ladder, and then nested if else statements, and then switch case statements. As we have already completed the classification, now let's discuss about one-way selection statements. One-way selection statements. Here let us discuss about simple if. Here we have only one option to select. If that statement is true, then we execute it. Otherwise, if it is false, then we skip that block of statements and execute the continuation code. Algorithm. Firstly, we have step 1 always, it is start statement. Second step is if condition, and if the condition is true, then we execute if block of statements. If the condition is false or not, we execute continuation code always. And always the end of the algorithm happens with a stop statement. As we have already completed the algorithm, now let's describe the one-way selection in more easier way by using a flowchart. Firstly, we have the if condition. If the condition is true, then we execute if block of statements. If the condition is false, then we skip that if block of statements and always we execute a continuation code. As we have already gone through the algorithm and the flowchart, now let's do a real world example related to simple if statement. Let's see this question. Firstly, Ruby went to a market to buy apples. She doesn't want to buy any other fruit except apples. She asked for apple in the shop, and in that case, display if Ruby can buy apples or not. Syntax. Let me give you the syntax for simple if statement. Firstly, we use a keyword if, and then condition is given in parentheses. Then we open the braces, and in that braces, we write the block of statements. So try to solve this question by pausing the video. Then we take value. Now let me write a statement like select one if apples are present or not. And then let me write a scanf statement to take that value. And then we write the condition in this if value equals to 1, then printf apples are available. Yes. Now let me execute this code. Say it's compiled, and let me enter 1. We get apples are available. Now let me run it again and give some other value. Let me give something like 0. Then we are not having anything to get executed, right? So this is what we have with simple if statements. As we have already solved the example by using simple if statement, what have we noticed there? According to my notice, we can conclude only if Ruby can buy apples. The counterpart of it, that if she's not going to buy apples, what is she going to do next? We can't conclude it there, right? So to overcome this limitation, we use two-way selection statements. Now let's discuss about two-way selection statements. As we already know, two-way selection statements, we have if-else statements, right? If-else statement, let me define it. Here we have two options. If the condition is true, then we execute if block of statements. Otherwise, we execute else block of statements automatically. Algorithm for algorithm. Step 1, we have start statement. Step 2, we have if condition. If the condition is true, then we execute if block of statements. If the condition is false, then we execute else block of statements automatically. Whether if block is executed or else block is executed, we always execute the continuation code, and this continuation code is optional. Maybe it may be present or it may not be present according to your program. In step 5, we stop the algorithm. Now let's discuss the flowchart of if-else statements. Firstly, we check if condition. If the condition is true, then we execute if block of statements. If the condition is false, then we automatically execute else block of statements. Whether we have executed if block or else block, we always come with the continuation code. If it is present, and it is always optional, as we have already discussed about it. As we've already gone through the algorithm, definition, and flowchart of if-else statements, now let's try a real-world example, the same one which I've tried regarding simple if statements. Consider this question. If Ruby can get apples, print, yes, Ruby can buy apples. Else, then automatically you'll be printing, she can't buy apples. And let me give you the syntax of if-else statements. Firstly, we give if condition by using keyword if. In the parenthesis, we write the condition, and then we open the braces and write if block of statements. And if this is not going to happen, what are you going to do? We use else. Else keyword is used, and we open the braces again, we write the else block of statements. And now again, it's as usual the same story we have written in simpler form. We take a value, if condition, then what do? We execute like apples are available. Else printf apples are not available. Let me execute this code. And it is compiled, and the output has come. Let me enter 1. Apples are available. Now let me enter some other value and check it. It is compiling, and let me give another value, like again something like 8. Apples are not available.